What was that? Where's that voice?
This is the story of a young girl. A girl who had strange and disturbing dreams.
I know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him. He's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going. This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
Kan Vector Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
Statuette! Here it is. Finally! I have to get it, I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick. Before I forget. Where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
I was lucky to be accepted at Miskatonic. It was one of the first universities in Massachusetts to admit non-white students. Uncle Mo showed me a trick or two when I would help him in the motor shop. Tinkering with gadgets always puts me at ease. I couldn't leave my science fiction book collection in Benoit. This scary fellow that haunts me in my dreams is a Dimetrodon. He roamed the Earth 270 million years ago. And although it may seem like it, he is not a dinosaur. Julian, Beatrice, Herbie, and I, we're always together. Spitsbergen Island and Svalbard. Apparently, I researched this area of the Arctic thoroughly during the time I lost consciousness. This photo was taken during my amnesia. I don't remember anything about it. When I saw this picture, I couldn't believe it. It's the same statuette I always see in my dreams. Beatrice, along with me, is one of the few ladies studying physics at Miskatonic. I've searched every astronomy book at the Miskatonic Library, but none of them contain any reference to this constellation. Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
I wish Papa had never taken that job in San Francisco. He'd still be with us. I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean in Miskatonic, and I've never received any answer. The Hydrangea Foundation took care of the insurance payout for Dad's accident. I had scholarships to attend several black colleges in the South, but it was the Foundation's money that allowed me to cover the tuition here at Miskatonic. I've always been a good student, but during my amnesia period, I almost reached excellence. All straight A's? Rhythm and blues is definitely my kind of music. Thank goodness. Still have a couple hours until thermodynamics class starts. Yes?
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
That's right. Who am I talking to?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions, right?
Yes. Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Professor
Meet me today at 6 p.m. at 5 Prospect Road, outside of Boston.
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham. I thought
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, of course. I'll be there. 6 p.m., Prospect Road. See you in a couple of hours, Professor. All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information here about my strange dreams and my amnesia. I'd better go through it again before I leave. I don't want to miss any questions when I talk to the professor. The medical report from my amnesia episode. According to this, I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
I don't think I finished reviewing everything here yet.
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
All right, I think I've gathered what I need.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the Dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Yes.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward. You've taken a crucial step in...
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor. The only reason I let you into my house is because you insisted it was necessary to prescribe my medication.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I know well enough that discussing the effectiveness of our therapy sessions with you is futile. But you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment. Without it, I can't go and...
Ask whatever you deem necessary and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as Dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work was somewhat obsessive.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically lived secluded in this very home, and the only thing that drove you to leave it was your job obligations. So, how would you define that?
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties fall within my responsibilities. Cheering at the Miskatonic Mariners football games does not.
And are you happy with that? With your life now?
What kind of question is that?
Well, I'm asking it because it sounds like you're subjecting yourself to a kind of self-punishment.
I am not. Next question.
There's another topic you've never wanted to delve into, Professor. Would you now be open to...
You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. What happened to your wife, Professor?
She died at home after a long disease.
Harry hated giving details about my death, especially if those details meant talking about a certain expedition and deaths other than mine.
I see. And how do you feel about that and all?
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began therapy, you mentioned visions. Some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall. You mentioned those visions began shortly after whatever happened to your wife. So, tell me, do you still see those shadows, Professor?
No, not since I started taking the medication, at least.
Harry had tried everything, and none of it worked. Not even the medication that helped him sleep could take away those oily shadows. But he kept it to himself.
Listen, there is something different I want to try in today's session. I believe hypnotherapy might...
Don't even think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmerism with hypnotism. Even so, if you want me to prescribe the...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment, is that it?
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way, Professor. But I need you to trust me in this.
Then go ahead. Wave a pocket watch in my face if that's what you need to do.
There's no need for pocket watches, Professor. The sound of a metronome will be more than enough. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. Something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory? In this place?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in the same manor where he had spent an extremely unhappy childhood.
Maybe.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Interesting. Tell me more about it, Professor Everhart.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt. She loved it. She loved solving my stupid riddles.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. We're almost there. Let me open the door and... Now, open your eyes.
Oh, look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll have to earn it.
Can I use my journal to write down clues?
Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
You're so kind. Do you remember when we slow danced to Dear Old Pal of Mine at Maddie's house?
The end of the Great War Party and our first kiss. How could I forget?
All my life is empty since I went away. Skies don't seem to be so deep.
Oh, look at your sad little face in this photo.
You know me. I've never been the life of the party.
Oh, look at your sad...
Wait. There's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
Lovely.
May God be clean, I have you back someday.
A new decade. I wonder what the future has in store for us. Tell me you didn't vandalize a piano just for a scavenger hunt, old pal.
Nora, who do you think I am? It's just crayon. I'm seeing those oily shadows in here. Why am I seeing those shadows?
Focus, Professor. Keep remembering.
What are you up to now? Oh boy, what a drawing. Is this supposed to be a tree?
Of course it is. I'm doing the best I can with my limited art skills.
Well, at least you're good at playing the piano.
This darkness. Everhard Manor. But my house is not...
Professor, don't drift off. Keep going.
I can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
No. Wait. What do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again, Professor Everhart.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor, is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Hey, that window is open.
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes. For the sake of clarity, of course.
Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. That must be Elizabeth Everhart. She looks sad. The Everhart children. Harrison, Madeline, Richard, and Donna. This fellow really looks like the professor, but it's not him. It appears the Everharts have been quite well off for generations. Or so they used to be. Look at the size of this library. It's almost as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library, but young people can be terribly impressionable at times.
Darn it, this door is locked. Dyer was my applied geophysics professor. He was very strict. Strange character. This must be the professor's office. Wow. The professor served in U.S. intelligence during the war. Greenhouse and the mausoleum. Nora and Harry? The professor was married. Key. I wonder what this opens. The professor had another appointment today with a therapist. Despite his tone, this Bowen fella doesn't seem particularly friendly. Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian, German, Latin. Looks like one is missing. A lapel pin with a rather peculiar emblem. Astrology is the most utterly stupid thing I've ever come across. What on earth happened here? Troubling absences in my memory. That's exactly how I felt during those 3 months of 1956.
Evangeline had never pictured the professor as anything but a hermit. Certainly not someone his relatives still worried about.
Good thing this skull is fake. Ugh. Rich people definitely had weird ways of entertaining themselves.
But it wasn't mere entertainment. Harry's mother's life had long been shaped by tragedy, and she had become obsessed with the afterlife.
Goodness gracious. The professor's taste in literature is nothing if not peculiar. Et voila! Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on. Ah, much better. These tools haven't been used in a long time. That explains why the garden was an absolute mess. The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor. Ripped canvas. Looks like the professor's father was involved in politics. Such odd totems. Are these fishes? So Professor Everhart set on an expedition to the Pacific. I never pictured him as an adventurer. That expedition must have been quite important for him.
Oh, it had certainly been important to him, and to the other expedition members.
A torn canvas. The frame reads Sed Futura. There are a lot of pictures of that fireplace. Oily shadows. Beginning to suspect the old professor's lost a few marbles. Wow, this room is really depressing. Under different circumstances, I might have found this song beautiful. But at the moment, it sends a shiver down my spine.
All my life is empty, since I went away.
Looks like a memorial of some kind, dedicated to a woman.
Before me to send, regarding twilight gray, and the face behind joy.
Driver's license of a certain Manuel Silva.
Oh, how I want you, dear old past. Night and day I pray for always mine. Sweetheart, may God bless.
Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this place? This vase-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated. What kind of madhouse does the professor live in? Looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. Is that a fish? Stone staircase is slippery. Hidden room? No use. It's locked. What kind of a door is this? Doesn't even have a lock. Just some symbols. so beautiful. Yeah. It's a woman's grave. Nora Everhart. This must be the professor's wife.
Evie found it hard to believe that the recluse living in the abandoned mansion had ever loved anyone. But he had. Truly and profoundly.
Such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
This definitely looks like the greenhouse key. In loving memory of our firstborn son, John Everhart Jr. Oh dear. Dead child. This is simply heartbreaking. The inscription on the frame reads, Praeterita Mutare. That's from the Bible. Psalm 1, verse 1. This person must have been quite devout. Maybe this guy was in the army? Father, husband, and servant of the people. This must have been the professor's father. Found her path in the shadow of morning?
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had played a critical part in his mother's obsession with the occult.
Excellent. The professor really seems to be interested in botany. It appears to be a Spanish edition of the science fiction novel The Future Eve. I'll keep it, just in case. this young man Professor Everhart? It does look like him. There's something written in Latin on his frame. Non possumus. Professor Everhart doesn't look so intimidating in that portrait.
All my life is empty, in my hands. All my life is empty.
Someone has ripped the canvas. There's a Latin inscription in its frame. Providere debemus. secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages, least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Looks like a music box of some sort. It doesn't make any sound. Maybe it's broken. Unbelievable. There's some kind of secret compartment in the fireplace. Feels like a mystery novel.